Hello friends, welcome back to a new video on IB ACIO mains. Now you know that I had done a video based on the Prezi writing part. Now I wish to delve into the most important part, that's the essay writing, which is of 30 marks, and it is a rate determining factor when it comes to the mains. So what I'm going to do is analyzing the previous year's trends. I'm going to put across certain essay topics which is having a high chance of being asked in this exam. So what I have done is I have made the Copilot to analyze. Copilot is a large language model to just like ChatGPT to analyze the trends and come up with certain important topics. So if you look into the important topics, what we are going to discuss is basically that of two things. One is that the topic of internal security. Another one is that of the cyber security or science and technology part. So if you look into the internal security part, a few important topics that I wanted to discuss. One thing is regarding the border management, because border management has been a bigger problem even in the western borders and traditionally also in the eastern borders. So the border management, its challenges, especially the use of drones. If you can, you saw that in the warfare, and even in the western front, the drones have been pretty well used even in smuggling and even in the drug-related cases as well. So that is one thing you have to be very careful about while looking into the news. There can be a good chance of asking that question. And another important aspect when it comes to the internal security part is one thing is regarding the declining of, you know, that the left-wing extremism, Naxalism is mostly on the decline. So what happens, what could be the countermeasures post decline of this Naxal activities? How can government arm tight itself so that the Naxalism won't be renewed? Because even when you know that like military it can be defeated, ideologically also it needs to be defeated. So how well the government can do it, how well it can do it in the political, economic, socio-cultural spheres as well. That is one important factor that you need to look into. And another one, and what I feel is the most important one right now, is the lone wolf attacks. Lone wolf attacks means ideologically driven attacks by individual people. Not they may be ideologically linked to the extremist organization, but they may not have any individual trainers or people to them to support in the homeland. So it's very difficult to trace such people. Too important of such attacks is one thing. Very recently, what has happened in Australia, that 12 Jews were killed in the Bondi Beach attack, and another one is what happened in the Red Fort quite 1 month before, where that's also like radicalized local elements creating havoc. So this is very difficult for the intelligence agencies to trace. So this is one thing you need to look into, because this is also where questions can be asked, because I'm expecting a question in this one at least. So I'll just give a few brief points when it comes to lone wolf attack. So when you write this essay, be very clear that you won't have any particular religious bias. That's one important thing. And another important factor is addressing it, how we can address it. It's not only a political thing, but socio-culturally and ideologically, how will we eliminate the breeding ground for such terrorist ideologies? That is one thing that you need to focus very well in your essay, and you have to write it from your heart. So ideologically, how well, you see, the thing is, this breeding ground can be eliminated when culturally and ideologically, or even politically and socio-culturally, the divisions that is creating the society is dissolved. So how well, if you can portray it well through your words, makes you the right choice for an ideal candidate. So you have to be very careful in the choice of your words. And another one, when it comes to the internal security, what I wish to point out is AI, machine learning, deep fakes, and how this can be used very well. It's now used for malicious activities like phishing, and also it has resulted in so many cyber crimes, cyber thefts, and all. So how well the government is equipped to challenge this AI related malices and all is something that you need to ponder into well to write a good essay when it comes to the cyber security part. So this cyber security lone wolf threats, and also the border management. If you look into that, these three areas you need to focus, and I am expecting some essays related to it. And if you can have a very well coordinated approach and come up with very good topics based on these, and have a written essays practiced on this. I'm not telling this will be the exact question that will be asked, but something related to it clearly you can expect. So if you can look into and prepare these three topics, I'm hoping that you will have a good chance when it comes to clearing the IB ACIO 2 means 2 mains with flying colors. So stay tuned for further videos. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.